There were plenty of signs, but I chose to ignore them. For example, when I would go out driving, anytime I'd get into traffic, I would start getting very nervous and very anxious, and I just wanted to get out of the traffic. One time I was coming back from Home Depot, which was across town, and I actually had to stop halfway, park in the parking lot, get out of the car, go into the mall, and go sit in the bathroom to calm down. Then I got back into my car and finished driving home because I was so anxious I thought I was going to be sick. I had no idea at the time what that indicated. I just thought it was because I had just come home off of tour. Anytime I was in a situation where there was a crowd, if I was going out to a club with friends and all of a sudden I was caught in a crowd, I got very nervous and I had to get out and I had to leave and go stand outside for a while. And sometimes I couldn't even go back in. Waiting in lineups, I couldn't wait in lineups. I couldn't do it. I just got angry and frustrated and had to walk away. Many different things like this, nightmares, not being able to sleep through the night, but I all just attributed it to being back off tour, and I ignored it and carried on.
I couldn't go to malls. Way too many people, and having the anxiety and being hypervigilant. There's so many people, you're constantly heads turning, trying to watch all these people, because that's what you're doing over there. When you're driving through Kandahar City, you're constantly watching people. So, going to malls would wipe me out. And especially having a little daughter, it felt like a protector, so it was really hard to do that, driving on streets, constantly being in convoys. And, Afghanistan, you got to be hypervigilant when you're driving. Cars come close to you, you got to warn them and then shoot them away. Well, you can't do that in the civilian world, so it was really hard for me to drive in, closed areas or a lot of anger. People move out of my way because overseas, people get out of your way. Here, people don't, you know what I mean? So it's really hard to, adjust yourself back to, the civilized world, the best way I can put it, and that, that's where it brought up a lot of anger issues, frustration, stuff like that. And my wife would be just sitting there looking at me going, holy smokes, what's wrong with this guy? It's like we couldn't go to restaurants. It was really hard for me to be in unfamiliar places. Like if we went to a restaurant with friends and if it was a new restaurant that I haven't been at before, it would really bother me. Because I wouldn't know how to, I'd be looking for the door. Okay, that's a safe place to get out. I know how to get out if I have to get out of here. Stuff like that.
My Afghanistan tour was my fourth tour, so I'd been through, the post-deployment stuff a couple of times before that. So, I got home from my first tour. I was 20 years old. So you come home, you got all the money in the bank, and you're just so happy to be home, and all you want to do is drink and party and go see your friends and have a good time. So you go do that for a while, and then, it's back into the routine again, back to work and doing your day-to-day job. Same thing, 94, I was a little older, 22 I think I was at the time when I came home from that one. Same thing, come home, bunch of money in the bank, have a good time for a little while, get back to work. Came home in 2003, a little older, a little wiser, so wasn't so much let's blow all my money on booze and partying this time, but it was good to get home, and I enjoyed being home, and it was just nice to be home. And then when I came home from Kandahar, it wasn't like the times I got home before. I was happy to be home, visiting friends, just enjoying life. When I got home from this deployment, I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to stay at home in the dark, doing nothing.